What's up, YouTube? Don't forget to save, aka Sam, coming at you with the Saturday video. But before I get started, I just wanted to thank everybody who showed up for the Friday After Dark panel. Jay Thompson, Jeff Shaw, of course, we had Vogs on there. We had a bit of everybody. We just sort of a carousel last night. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for that. As always, don't forget to hit like on this video if you like my videos. Comment, leave your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. With all that said, guys, we're going to do two reviews. We're going to do Nightmare on Elm Street 5, and then we're going to talk about Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. So, with all that said, I'm going to hop into it right here and start it off with Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5: The Dream Child. Released August 11th of 1989, directed by Stephen Hopkins. Uh, kind of a he was from over in Europe, so like the joke was there was always gargoyles and stuff like that in the movie. The old insane asylum, it's like this big old gothic looking thing. It's really cool. So anyway, I'm off topic, but anyway, Lisa Wilcox comes back as Alice Johnson again. Of course, we have Robert Englund playing Freddy Krueger. Kelly Mentor as Yvonne. I really liked her in this movie. Danny Hassel comes back as Dan, and Beatrice Bopel was Amanda Kruger in this movie. I think that she actually just did a book of some kind. I remember Abigail saying something about it. So she's actually written I don't know, like how she got enough. I guess there was a lot that happened with her on set. She didn't really seem to have that big a part in the movie, but whatever. So the plot of part five is basically Alice and Dan make a baby, of course, and so basically Freddy uses the baby's dreams, quote unquote, to come back from being defeated in part four. That's really the basic plot of this movie. The cinematics were really good. I like the Robert has the great one-liners in it. One of my issues with the movie is it kind of felt like it was unnecessary. It was just sort of like us, doing it for the sake of doing it. Basically, there was real no payoff. The ending was kind of weird. Like there was just no payoff to it. So I felt it was kind of unnecessary, but there were parts I liked and I didn't like. And, that's pretty much with any movie, but it's not my favorite of the series. You can tell they're starting to run out of ideas. Like the whole Freddy kind of being a father figure is kind of weird, and I don't know. Like I don't know, they were trying to work that angle into it, and that goes into Freddy's Dead, so we'll leave that there. But it's not my favorite in the series, and apparently I'm not alone in that. Stephen Hopkins, who directed it, also said they worked on a rush schedule without much of a budget. Again, compared to what films get today. He said it started out as an okay film and turned into a total embarrassment. Like he says he cannot watch this movie. And again, he's got behind the scenes stuff to go with on that, so I'm gonna take his word for it. A lot of these like four and five were rushed. They had the posters out before the movie was even being shot. So anyway, with all that said, guys, I'm gonna hop in. We're gonna do part two of my review right now. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, part five, it's an okay movie for what it is, but like I said, it kind of felt unneeded to me. So, with all that said, we're going to start Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare review here. I'm going to try to keep it as brief as I can since I'm doing two in one. Release date was September 13th of 1991. Directed by Rachel Talalay. She actually had done editing and production work, I think, in other movies in the series. Uh, we have Lisa Zane as Maggie Burrows. We have Robert Englund coming back as Freddy Krueger, obviously. Leslie Dean, Tracy Swan. If you guys are not sure about Leslie Dean, I'll grab a link for like she's on YouTube. She's given an interview. She's a very interesting person, I feel, that more people should know about. Also in Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare, Johnny Depp has a cameo on the TV. They had brain on drugs thing. That was Johnny Depp. And Tom and Roseanne Arnold also made a cameo in this. And Robert Shea was the ticket seller for the bus at the beginning of the movie. So Robert Shea gets into another movie here at the Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. Now, one thing about Freddy's Dead is it was a 3D movie, sort of like Friday the 13th Part 3. So, you got a lot of those things where they're jutting stuff at the camera at all odd angles and stuff like that. That's always a gripe I normally have with 3D movies in general, but it's just to know that that's a thing here as well. Uh, so the final nightmare is about Elisa Zane plays Maggie, and she works at this place for troubled teens and stuff like that. And she finds out, basically the plot of the story is Robert England is trying to go after Lisa Zane because or Maggie because she's his daughter pretty much, and he needs her. Going back to the Voorhees thing, you need a Voorhees to kill him or rebirth him or whatever. It's kind of like that with this as well. And also, I forgot to mention in part five, they continued on the Freddy Krueger when he does a kill, he like gathers the person's soul, and that's a thing that makes an appearance in Freddy's Dead as well, but it doesn't really go anywhere in either movie. Well, it kind of does at the end of part five, but not really so much in Freddy's Dead. So I don't really know what I guess it was just one of his character traits, and so they just kept it in there, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, Freddy's trying to get Maggie, and every town has an Elm Street. That was a good line in Freddy's Dead. It had some good moments to it. I think I like Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare better than I like Halloween Ends. I'll put it that way to you guys. If as if you're comparing final movies in a series, in that kind of regard, I guess. So yeah, Freddy's Dead. It gets a lot of crap, but at least Freddy's in it, and he's true to his character and doing things that Freddy does. Overall, I thought it was a good way to go out on it. But however, guys, I have one more Nightmare on Elm Street movie to review, and I'm not reviewing the remake. I just refuse to do that. So the next one will be the final one that I consider canon to the series, which is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And people can say, Sam, that's not really canon to the series, but it kind of is in a way because they're like the real life versions of the character. So I count it. Gosh dang it, I count it. So anyway, we'll get to that when we get to New Nightmare. That'll be tomorrow, and I'll do a special video for Halloween on Monday. So with all that said, guys, until next video, love your hobby, and we'll love you back. Peace.